It is the most wonderful time of the year for college football fans. The day after the conference championship games, we find out who is in for the college football playoff. And this committee is breathing a sigh of relief today because there's no jumbled mess at the top, no figuring out who is in and who is out. It is a clear-cut, drama-free kind of Sunday afternoon. Glad to have you with us. I'm Chris Brees. We knew 6'5", irrelevant, didn't matter. Ohio State, Notre Dame get that spot. Now, here's the interesting stuff. Number 4, we assume Cincinnati was correct. Would Georgia fall all the way from 1 to 3? They did. And now here is the drama everybody wants to know about. Michigan is, in fact, number 2. Alabama's number 1. No rematch in the semifinal for Alabama and Georgia. So that's the 4 right there. Bama 1 going to play Cincinnati 4. Michigan 2 going to play Georgia number 3. And it was really curious what it was going to happen because Alabama, you knew, was such an underdog against Georgia. They handled all the business perfectly against the Bulldogs yesterday, won that SEC championship. And now Nick Saban knows he was underplaying his guys all season long. They made a statement, and now they can win another national championship.
We have a 2-game season now, I hope. That's what we're going to work for. That's what we want to do. These players have worked hard all year long. I think they deserve a lot of respect for what they've been able to accomplish and what they've been able to do. We've created an opportunity for ourselves where we have a chance to play in the college football playoff. How are we going to prepare? How are we going to be committed to do the things we need to do?
Now look, there has been a lot of cases and a lot of drama of people wanting an expanded playoff, whether it's 8 teams or 12 teams. Well, here's what it would have looked like in 2021 had there been a 12-team playoff, having the top 6 conference champions all get an automatic berth. They get a bye in the first round. So Alabama would actually play an 8-9 matchup of Ole Miss and Oklahoma State. Michigan would play the winner of Baylor and Michigan State. On the other side down there, Georgia plays the winner of Ohio State and Utah. They're actually going to play each other in the Rose Bowl this year, ironically. And Notre Dame and Pitt, 5-12, would play Cincy for the winner of that. And then usually what they're trying to talk about with this playoff scenario in the future is home games the first weekend. And then this is where the drama comes and the debate comes because these playoff committee people and all of these conference commissioners cannot decide and cannot come to an agreement on where they want to play this next round of game, the quarterfinal, final 8, Elite 8, if you will, for that. They're still trying to figure that out right now. And then the semifinals, with that again, would you have bowl tie-ins? Would the Rose Bowl go with the Big Ten, keeping tradition? A lot of debate and a lot of discussion with all of that. The bottom line and the moral of the story is this. Not a whole lot of people want to see this Alabama and Cincinnati matchup, if we're going to be honest. You know what people would love to see? They'd love to see Ohio State make the college football playoff. They'd love to see what Utah could do, the way they look so good against Oregon and back-to-back beatdowns of them. And some of these teams like Ole Miss, they feel like they deserve a chance. Give them a shot, an 8 versus 9, and play Bama in a rematch. College football could be really exciting, whether it's a 12-team format or an 8-team format. Again, this is all a what-if kind of scenario, but 2021 really could have been a year to make that happen, and it all kind of would have worked out. That's not how it went. The way it is going to go is going to be Alabama and Cincinnati playing each other in Dallas in the Cotton Bowl, and we have the time for that. 2:30 p.m. inside Jerry World, AT&T Stadium. It is Alabama's 7th college football playoff appearance. That's a record. And Cincinnati, keep in mind, they are the first Group of 5 team to ever make the college football playoff. Of course, Michigan also their first time ever being in a playoff. So people wanted new blood. They definitely get that in 2021. Now, when you're talking about these matchups, Georgia and Michigan, of course, obviously are going to be in a very close matchup, you would assume. What about Alabama and Cincinnati? Because historically, the Tide in this matchup has a massive beatdown of the team who has to go into that game at number 4 and be the sacrificial lamb against the Tide. The Vegas early spreads are out for both of these games, and it's basically what you would expect. Alabama almost a 14-point favorite in the Cotton Bowl. You got to wonder how high that's going to get in the next couple of days. And then in the other semifinal, in the Orange Bowl, Georgia right now a little bit more than a touchdown favorite over Michigan. Now, will both of these end up being the way they're supposed to, meaning Alabama wins and Georgia wins, and we get yet another rematch of the Tide and the Bulldogs, that SEC game that nobody expected to happen yesterday? Well, here in the Southeastern Conference, absolutely, people want to see that. We'll see how both these semifinal games play out, and of course, CBS 42 Sports will be out there for all of the action, Alabama, Cincinnati, and Georgia, Michigan, all postseason long. Thanks for joining us here on the web on CBS 42.